Good morning and welcome to the Big Bear Yarns podcast. I'm Anna, the dyer behind Big Bear Yarns. I live in Essex in the UK with my two dogs, my cat and my sister. This is episode number 7 of my podcast where I'll talk about anything I've been knitting or crocheting, reading, anything that's coming new to the shop and anything else that sort of occurs to me while I'm chatting. They tend to be a bit chatty. So there we have it. I'm filming in a different location. What's with the hands? I don't know. Put them down. I'm filming in a different location. I should have actually organised this yarn a bit better. I feel it's quite messy. But I'm filming in the same room. This is the same room I always film in, but it's the other side of the room because there's a window there. There's a hatch to the kitchen there. And there's double doors, which are glass, so even closing doesn't make much difference, to the kitchen, which is in a conservatory. So there's a lot of light that's always been behind me, so I've been finding it hard to show my colours and what I'm doing in any sort of accurate way. So I hoped here would be a bit better for the lighting. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think I'll just get started on what I've finished because I have a few finished items this week. I might kind of off-centre. Do I need to like shift around a bit? I don't know. Let's just leave it because I've started this a few times. I got a few minutes in, like 7 minutes in, and then a notification came on my phone which wouldn't go away, so I tried to flick it off and then it took me out and it stopped filming, and I just need to have this all in one stream so I can just upload the whole thing, because the editing at the moment is just a bit of a headache. That will put me off doing it if I let it. So let me get started. Here we go. These are socks number 19 for 2025. They are for my mum. They are a 1x1 twisted rib, 20 rounds on 2.5mm DPNs. I knit them. It's not called it's tandem. They were tandem knit. I did them. This is, I believe, a West Yorkshire Spinners in Sunset Bouquet. The purple is Paintbox Yarns from Lovecraft in lilac. There's not much point telling you too much about it because when I last looked on the Lovecraft website last week to put the links in, they don't have any more of their solid colours, so it will have to. So I put a link for Lovecraft because I do like their socks yarn. It's rustic. It's very matches pretty much the West Yorkshire Spinners. The one thing I would say, it's a little bit thicker than the West Yorkshire Spinners. The West Yorkshire Spinners, you can kind of, when I hold it up to the light, you can really see much more through the West Yorkshire Spinners than you can the Paintbox. So it's a little bit thicker, but texture wise it's pretty much the same. I'm not sure what this colour is, but I think it's also a West Yorkshire Spinners. I did 60 rounds for the leg, heel flap and gusset, slip stitch heel, and I did 60 rounds for the foot, including the gusset decreases. Did the toe, just the toe from the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks and DPNs, whatever the toe's called for that, I'm not sure. So yeah, these were socks number 19. Oh, it is much better over here. This is pretty much true to life, this colour. Yeah, they're a little bit ugly, I suppose you could say. They're not the prettiest of socks, but I think the ugliness is kind of slightly appealing. Maybe it's just me. And another finished item, socks number 20 for the year. These are in Vikings of Norway. Ooh, get my hair caught. Vikings of Norway Nordlys yarn. Yeah, see, you see the thing about this, and there's socks number 20, I think I already said that. These are for me. That's 20 rounds of a 2x2 rib, knit on 2.5mm needles. I believe I did 50 50, I think it was 50 rounds for the leg. Slip stitch, heel flap, gusset and heel turn, and then I did 70 rounds for the foot, which fits me on knitted on 2.5mm needles. I'm a UK size 7. 6.5 to 7 foot, depending on the shoe. And I just did the same toe, I always do. Like I said before, I don't Kitchener stitch, I'm not going to. I just do that. I never feel them. I'm autistic and sensory things really get to me. I never feel this. It doesn't bother me one bit, so I need to bother doing something I don't enjoy, which is a Kitchener stitch. I don't remember if I said that was what I was talking about. Anyway, Kitchener stitch. So this was sock number 1, which started at the dark pink. See, the thing that confused me about this yarn, I had this with the blue pair I knit. Are we slightly off? I don't think so. I think we're pretty equal. But yeah, anyway, don't get distracted. Stay on task. Yeah, so it started with this pink, which then is later on in the sock here, you see? So I figured this was the repeat of the colour, but this same colour, that deep pink, doesn't even really show up. I mean, is that the same pink? It's not the same colour pink, and it's not just because it's like in the rib so it's textured, like this and this, like I suppose, is it the same colour? I don't know, maybe it's just, it just looks a bit different to me. Maybe it is, but I just feel like it doesn't make sense, because if I start it with this colour and I get that same colour in this sock, then this should be the repeat. I should have it twice, like theoretically. Like, it shouldn't be all the way again at the end of this one, should it? That doesn't really make sense, I don't think. Like, if you can have it twice in one colour, it shouldn't be right until the very end of this sock that we get the pink. So I don't know if this even has a proper repeat, you see? I don't even think it does repeat properly. Like, yeah, like if you take this one, for example, under the pink here, you see? Clean line, absolutely clean line that you're going from pink to white. But then when you go from the pink to white on this one, it's not a clean line, it fades. You see? Oh, hold on. DT baby. Oh, hold on. She's trying to get herself comfortable and she's pushing the table all around. She's very small, but she's very sturdy and she will 100% knock everything around. Yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah. This and this doesn't match. You know, like that's not a clean line. That's faded. That's faded in, and that is a stark line. Both sides as well. It doesn't matter which side of the sock you see. It's both a fade. And like this pink and this pink is not the same. So I don't know. Does it go back? I don't even know. I don't think it's possible without cutting apart your yarn to get these to be twins. These are just sister socks. They're sisters. They're not twins. Maybe it's upside down. But is that a stark line? But then this end's not a stark line either. Yeah, I don't know. I've probably been talking about that for too long anyway. So here we go. Socks number 20. So I did all the socks so far that I needed to do for April. I'm on track with that. I've got quite a few second socks to come. So hopefully I'll get at least one more pair done before the end of the month. So I'll be at least a bit ahead for May. So the last finished item I have is a face cloth. This is a like partly solid granny square. They always look like they curl more when you hold them up, but once you lay them flat, they lay down flat, which makes me think I might do like a granny square, I was gonna say jumper, but actually I was thinking about my wardrobe recently. And what I need are cardigans. Are we a bit low? Am I a bit low? Probably not. We'll see. Yeah, this is in, I've got a label, not the label for this one actually, because I couldn't find that this morning, but I found the one from the previous one. So it is Sugar and Cream by Lily, and I've got the cloth from last week because I actually found the tag so I can tell you what colour it is, because this is actually a nice colour for like a washcloth or something. Make a nice colour as well for maybe like a summer bag, like a beach bag or something. This is Moon Dance, which is 102002 Moon Dance. And this one is the Lily Sugar and Cream in teal, which is also lovely. This would make a really, actually, if this was softer, this would make a really nice wearable, like a summer t-shirt or something. But I don't really want to wear these ones, so I think I'm going to just keep making, because I've got quite a bit of cotton, not in this cubby, but in the cubby below. That's more of this sort of, the one in the top is more kind of like the drops bell and things, and the drops and things like the muscat, which is more of the wearable type of cottons, and then below is more of the dishcloth type cotton, or making a bag type cotton. So I'm gonna make a whole stack of these, just work through all of the cotton I've got. They're pretty much the same size. I kind of laid this one on top of the other one to get them to be the same size. So that's 3 finished items I had this week. I'm just taking a sip of my coffee. Hold on. It's just an iced coffee. We have a little bit of ground coffee left from Christmas, which is like a spiced coffee, which doesn't taste its best now hot. It's a bit old, but it's really nice cold, because you don't taste it as strongly, I don't think, when it's cold. So I've just added some caramel syrup and oat milk. What am I doing now? Done the finished items. Oh yeah, I had 19 grams left from a 77 gram, I think it's 70 grams you get from the tonal, the solids of Lily and Cream, Sugar and Cream. I've already said it. Lily, Sugar and Cream. The solids, you get more. So the variegated ones, I think you only get you get 56.7 grams. You get about 70 grams for the solids. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'll show you some of the things I've been working on. I've only brought it over the things that I've actually been working on. So some of them it's very little progress. I've made quite a lot of progress on several things this week, but had a lot more this last week. This week hasn't happened yet. So this is the crochet cardigan I'm working on. Let me just try and get that off without. There we go. This is the crochet cardigan I've been working on. It's going to be very long, which is what I wanted. It's just, let me fold it in half so you can see a bit better. Pull the loop up. So last time I brought this down, I ended up unraveling like half a row because I didn't have a big enough crochet loop. So try to do that again. I'll fold it actually again. So this is just half double crochets, lace weight yarn, and this is the Yarn Collective 100% Peruvian superwash merino. It's in this dark charcoal. Like none of it's not black, there's no black in there at all. It's all shades of grey. And you'll see more. At the moment it's just a big rectangle that's just gonna get wider. So I've almost finished the, well, when I was first winding this yarn up, I got in such a tangle. I didn't have my Swift yet, so I was doing it by hand, and this is lace weight yarn, and it was just so sticking together, and it got so tangled I ended up chucking, I don't know, a third of the first skein in the bin because it was just too much to deal with. So I've got another big ball somewhere, not here apparently. It doesn't matter, I've got more of it, that's what I'm saying. Let's just go through them as I come along, I think would be the best thing. So I've done barely anything on my bed socks. I've been super tired when I've gone to bed recently because I've been doing a lot of things around the house. So yeah, I've done probably about 7 rounds. I think I did like 3 of those from the previous week on Paintbox Blush Pink, I think I said it was. And I'm going to be doing some contrasting colours in this King Cole Norse in the shade Odin. So yeah, you'll see some more of those once I make some progress on them. Put that there for now. My granny square blanket in my very fancy little laundry bag. Those fancy project bags here. Whatever we've got. So I'm doing this scrappy granny. This scrappy granny will use 4-ply yarn. I'm not going to put any acrylic into it, but anything that is wool, has like a certain amount of wool content, will go in this 4-ply. I'm doing it on a 4mm hook because I want it to have a really nice open weave drape. Any yarns that are under 10 grams will go into this blanket. And I'm getting there, it's getting bigger. It's getting quite a bit. I'm also wondering if I'm actually almost done with this because I've been thinking I don't know if it will be any good, but what I'm thinking, I might sew it together into a triangle. Let me show you what I mean. I might kind of sew it together as a triangle and wear it as like a sort of shawl. So like this. And then it's almost at the sort of size you could have it. It'd be a really warm kind of shawl for the winter because it'd be double wrapped. Maybe I'll go a bit bigger because it only comes down to like, let me see, like here. So I'd want to be like cover more of my arms, I think, like maybe come down to sort of here. But yeah, what do you think? Do it as a really thick shawl because it's very chilly here in the winters. Also sometimes maybe in the spring, like when I want to sit outside in the evening, I don't really sit outside that much during the day when it's sunny because I'm pale, I'm ghost white, you see, and I will burn. I don't tan very easily and I don't want to tan because tanning is just damage to the skin. I want to protect my skin. I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, so this might be a nice one to wear sort of like in the spring and autumn as well when it's just a bit chilly in the evening but I still want to be outside. What do you think? Ouch. I'm getting caught. Yeah, well I've made progress on it anyway, is what we're meant to be talking about. Honestly, constant side quests with me, isn't it? My hair's gone really weird now. I've got all my hair over here and none there. Who cares? I'm not here to talk about hair. On track. I've done quite a bit on this. I just started, oh gosh, there were so many ends. So many ends to weave in on this. I was doing really well on weaving in the ends as you can see from like the middle of it. No ends from the middle. Okay, so I've started on this green, which is a green from one of my Christmas mini skein sets. Purple, which was a purple from my mini skein set. So let's see where we were. I think I might have done most of around. These rounds are obviously getting very long now as well. So I should put a bigger stitch marker on here so I can actually see where it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I've done quite a lot. Which way are we going? I don't know. It's too much for me at the moment. I haven't had enough coffee. Yeah, so stitch marker, let's pull that out now. So I've done a round basically. I've done all this peachy, the gold, did the gold, and I've done, yep, the purple. Yeah, I've done a good job. I'm doing quite a bit of this in the evening. I think because this is so much more mindless than knitting. When I'm in bed sometimes and I haven't got the mental capacity to do anything else, this blanket is really good for that. Yeah. So this one might actually be coming to an end in the next few months. I haven't got many more ends. I haven't got many more scraps to go in this blanket at the moment. I'm on to the green. I've got the bits I cut off of the skein of Skip by Stylecraft for the socks I showed previously. Stylecraft Skip, I've got 2 of those balls. They're both under 10 grams. The other one, so I could colour match the stripes and get them to match up. Then I've got this really luminous yellow. That's from my Christmas set. And I've got this purple colour, which is also from my Christmas mini skein set. Yeah, I'm using a 4mm crochet hook. But I haven't got many they're not ends, scraps. I haven't got many more scraps to go in. That'll probably get me maybe even under a round actually with how big this blanket's getting now. I do love a granny square blanket though. It's so mindless. You can just, I have to look at my crochet when I'm doing it. Knitting in the round knitting socks, when I'm just on the cuff or the plain stockinette part of a sock, I can do that in the dark. I can do it in the cinema. I can do it when I'm out having dinner with people. Obviously not when I'm eating. I haven't got forearms. I'm just getting distracted by Dita again. Hold on. Dita, baby. Bub. Be a good girl. I'm not going to be too long. She knows that's not true. Yeah, that's the one I've been working on at night. I've made a lot of progress on my summer, autumn, spring crochet jumper, which is my own pattern, and I'm using a 5.5mm crochet hook, and I've done the front. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Oh, pardon me. So I've done the back and the front, and I've seamed it together, and I'm on the sleeve now. So I've got a few more rounds to do on the sleeve, and then I'll do some rapid decreases and do the cuff. In the pattern I use sorry, in the pattern I use the double crochet, like, what do they call it, like front and back double crochet post, that's what it is. It's the front, like the front post double crochet, back post double crochet ribbon. I'm not sure I'm going to use that on this one. I'm thinking I might do something slightly different, and I'm also thinking I might alter this pattern a bit and make myself a cardigan with it, because I think that could be quite nice, and then do the ribbon all the way down the front. But I would probably do, I've got some Aran weight yarn, you see, so I was thinking I could go use the same hook size but go down a size in the pattern or something. It's just a cardigan, I don't really need it to be, you know, an exact size or anything. So made progress. I'm using Drops Cotton Merino in their shade, their dark blue, their navy shade. A bit more of my coffee before all the ice melts. This is ice from a bag we bought because we have an ice dispenser on our freezer. But I should have turned the ice off during the winter because I don't really use ice often enough in my drinks in the winter. So it sat, all this ice sat in the ice bucket in our freezer door all winter and became a big block of one piece of ice instead of lots of cubes. So now it's just blocked up, and I've been trying to remove the ice bucket. This is like the action it tells you on the door. You've got to put your fingers into like the handle and then lift it up and out at the same time. But when I try and do that, the whole door tries to come with me, which is not what's meant to happen. So at some point I need to work out how to get the ice bucket out of the door, or how to unclog the dispenser part where it comes out. I do see things about using like a hairdryer to melt the ice out of the chute, and then like you can sort of poke up into the ice bucket to break them up a bit. But I'm kind of scared about, oh hold on, she's shaking everything again. Dita, sweetheart, you can't do it. Come here, come and sit down by my feet. Come here. Dita, come here. Dita, you can hear me, I know you can. Come here, yeah, come here, Bubs. She will not come here. She's an independent girl. So what was I saying? Yeah, so if you have any tips or advice on how to get the ice out of an ice bucket on a freezer without having to take the ice bucket out, please drop them below, because I'm scared about using a hairdryer to melt the ice in it. Maybe I'm being silly, and that is fine. I don't know. What were we talking? On to my next project. It's in this basket, and I haven't made, let me check if I've actually made progress on it. Oh, I have, no I have. This is my A Court of Thorns and Roses jumper. It's called that because I'm using the yarn from my A Court of Thorns and Roses mystery club from last year, and it's going to be a cardigan. Oh, the colour is so much better over here. It really is much better. I hope you can see the difference, that everything's not glaring apart from the tip of my nose. Nothing's blowing out. Yeah, so I've changed colours now. Not that you can really see because the purple in that is quite similar to some of the purple in, so I'm on to Starfall. And I was on Amran, so there you will be able to see the difference once I get a few more rows in, but there is a, like the purpley colour in this is this purpley colour in this. I'm holding my, this is my 4-ply yarn, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. All my yarn, because I get asked sometimes, I need to put it on all my listings, but there's quite a lot of listings, so it will take me a while. I need to, all my yarn is non-museled, that it's cruelty free. There's none of the horrific things that are done to merino sheep from the yarn I purchased from my supplier. And I'm holding it, it's 4-ply, so it's 400 meters per 100 grams. I knit 4 pair of socks for myself out of every skein of this, and I've used each of these in my jumper so far. I'm holding it with Drops Kid Silk. I've got 2 untouched left. I've used one. I bought 4 of these. I might need some more to complete the whole cardigan, but we'll see. Because obviously the sleeves won't use as much, so I might not need more. Depends how long I make it, I suppose. So this is the Drops Kid Silk in the shade colour 38, which is like a misty grey. Sorry if everything wobbled again. Odin just came in the room and everything seemed to shake. So this is a 2x2 broken rib, and it's going to be a nice oversized, like I want it to be really roomy cardigan. So I'm going to just keep knitting until it's at the length I want. Then I will do one panel, the other panel, seam together the sides, and pick up for the sleeves. This will be a long-term project though. I'm using one of my little spooky Halloween stitch markers, or a little skeletal dog. I don't always look at it because what I wear depends on the day and how I'm feeling, but at heart I am definitely a goth, so little spooky stitch marker is always fun for me. Now we've got the socks to go through. So this one is onto the heel. Oh, you can actually see the colours at last. Yeah, Pink Skies, Rose Tea, Pink Skies, Aphrodite's Blush, Rose Tea, Pink Skies, and Aphrodite's Blush. So I'm going to do the heel flap and turn in Rose Tea. Then I'm going to do a repeat of these 2 colours. Then I'm going to do most of the foot up to the last 10 rounds in Rose Tea, do the 5 rounds of each colour for the toe, and then do the toe in Rose Tea. And I should have more than enough yarn for that. I had just over 50 grams of this yarn because I'd made a previous pair of socks for my sister for Christmas out of this, where I used Athena's Reason, which is a peachy pink with it. This one actually, this dark pink, the darker pink, the Aphrodite's Blush, really goes well with it because this is the solid of the pink I've used in the for the speckles, which is the Dharma Dye Valentine's Blush, something. You would think with the number of those I've ordered and used and picked up, I would remember it. No, I don't. Yeah, so these are pretty. These, I think, are going to go to my mum, but Kitten, can you stop pushing things? My cat's in the kitchen just shoving things out of her way. Those ends in to make it look a little neater, and then what was I saying? Yeah, these I think are for my mum because I haven't knit her any socks in any of my yarns in quite a while. Why is my voice shaking? Weird. But no, I will, that they will be for her. They will be. I do like them though. They look very pretty. No, they're for her. 2x2 twisted rib, 20 rounds. I think it was, is it 50? No, that can't be right. Oh, it's right, 50. It doesn't look like 50, does it? Yeah, 50 rounds for the leg. So yeah, we'll see. I'll have loads of the minis left. These were 20-gram minis. So I'm going to have tons of these left. It looks like there's more of this than this, but they're the same amount. I think it's just this one was a bit more of a loosey-goosey caking process. This one's a bit tighter. Yeah, so these might... Oh, they'll have to go into my bowl, won't they? Or they might not be... No. Yeah, they'll be probably add my scrap bowl. My scrap bowl is getting so full. It's fine, it's fine. I'll use it. I'll get through it. Probably. So they're those socks. And then this one is, I think I'm onto the heel on a lot of socks. So I finished sock number 1. This is in my Yarn Country Garden, which is a pink, very soft pink. You can just see the spots of pink, purple and green all over variegation. I did a 2x2 twisted rib. Look at the twisted rib. I just love a twisted rib at the moment. Although they are not as stretchy as a normal rib. It doesn't stretch anywhere near as much. But I mean, that's not such a problem as long as you get it on your foot. Even if it's a bit of a stretch to begin with, because socks, sorry, got an itchy nose. Socks always stretch out anyway over time, so am I sinking down again? Just like that. Maybe that's better. Other sock, yeah. So that's it in the cake. It's all tangled. That's it in the cake. It wasn't the neatest of caking I did. Stick that back in there. I've done the cuff. I've done the leg. The leg I did yesterday while we were watching The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I finished this off. So I've done the first row of the heel flap, a slip stitch heel, and maybe they'll be finished by next week. We'll see. Because once I've done the heel flap and because I do about 24 rounds then, roughly, depending on how many mistakes I make while I'm doing the gusset decreases, because that does happen if I get distracted and I've missed a gusset decrease somewhere, or I've, you know, which is normally what happens. So I end up with like one side's decreased and the other side hasn't been. So I have to go a few extra, but normally it's around 22 to 24 rounds I would be doing for the gusset decrease, which means I only have like, what, under 50 to do for the third, which is what, an evening of knitting while I'm watching the TV. So they might be done next week. Then we have, oh, this is a new cast on. Oh, there's the ball band for the Vikings of Norway Nordlys socks. Show that with them in case anyone is interested. Yeah. Vikings of Norway Nordlys, colour 963. Fairy Bear, don't do that. Fairy. Fairy. She's being naughty. New cast on. Very distractible today. Distractible. Is that a word? Maybe. New on the needles. This is a Cascade Heritage print. That. I'm back. Cascade Heritage prints. It's hard to say for me. Probably not for you, but it's for me. It sounds like I'm saying prince. Like, son of the king. Prince. No, prince. Which is colour number... Oh, I do wish they just print the name of the yarn on the label. I feel like we're off again. Maybe it's just I've moved. I don't know. Yeah, I just wish they would print the colour name on the label to make it life easier, but it's colour number 128. It's this blue and green kind of marled yarn. It's very soft, as Cascade Heritage yarns are. Let's move that along. I've done the leg, the cuff and the leg. This is just a 2x2 rib. See, the 2x2 rib though is quite stretchy, so I do like that. I feel like I've done so many twisted ribs now. I'm kind of feeling like I'm back to just normal rib. Yeah. Done the leg. I did, I believe, 40 rounds. No, I think I did 30 rounds. These are for me. I want some slightly, I don't want trainer socks. I do like trainer socks in the summer, but I want one slightly longer because I quite like showing off my socks. I know some people, my older sister, she doesn't like showing off her socks. She wants them to be trainer socks that you can't see. But as I spent so much time knitting these things, you're gonna look at them. I'm gonna show them to people. Yeah, so these are socks I will wear with my trainers. I wore a pair just like that. I wore, oh, actually these ones I'm wearing right now. Let me see if I can show you. That's my Book Top Girls colour. If I get this camera though, this would be a quite different show, wouldn't it? Lifting up my leg when I'm wearing a dress. Let's just get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I'll wear socks, like shortish socks, 30, 40 rounds, not 40, probably 30 and 20 and 10 rounds on the leg with my shorts. That's what I did this weekend. So this is a really soft yarn. If you've never had Cascade Heritage, it's a very soft yarn. It wears better though. It's equally as soft, I would say, as the Yarnsmiths Merino sock. The difference between them would be negligible. Maybe it's slightly less soft, but not so much that it's at all noticeable. But it wears a lot better. I have several pairs in this colour of Cascade Heritage trainer socks that I wear all the time, and I haven't worn through them yet, whereas the Yarnsmiths Merino sock that I've knit for my sister, they're really pilling, and I think she'll be wearing through them, and she only got them Christmas, I think. So they're lovely, they're very soft, and they're the ones she likes, so I'll be knitting her mostly those socks, I think, for the foreseeable future. But yeah, they don't wear as well. So they're new on my needles. Oh no, I leave that bag open. Be careful because I'm going to be adding my wooden knit needles down there soon. I'm going to put those on the table because I'm going to step on those, then I'll have one less pair of needles. Oh, here they are, the wooden ones now. Speak of the devil. These are my Knit Pro Symphony wooden needles. Lovely needles. These are for me. They are knit in Superwash Merino Superwash Merino. This is Malton Yarns, which is Malton. I will put the link to their shop down below. They are a UK yarn dyer, and it's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon base, but it's not as soft as the one I use, which isn't a complaint because I don't mind slightly scratchier socks to begin with. That's not a problem for me. And in fact, sometimes the slightly more rustic they are, the longer they last. So that's definitely a bonus when you're knitting them. See, this one's still blowing out. I think it's because it's such a bright colour, like maybe, yeah, that's closer, that sort of shade. It's closer to what it is. I'll put in my own hair. 1x1 twisted rib, 20 rounds, 2.5mm DPNs. I did, what is it, 10, 20, 30, 40 rounds for the leg. I'm going to try, honestly, watching back last week's video, I was trying to explain what I'd done. I'm going to do better, hopefully. So, I did each I call it a pattern repeat because that's just the easiest way to say it. It's not, it's just, I've put a few different stitches in the sock. Nothing special. So each pattern repeat is 10 rounds. So you'll do the same thing, but it would be 2 rows for the repeat of the pattern, but you'll do that 10 times to make 5 purl bumps. So I did the cuff, knit 1 round, then for the first 3 stitches on the first needle I purled 3, then knit to the end. Then on the second needle I knit, 13, purled the last 3, then you knit the rest, knit the next round, repeat those 2 rounds until you've got 5 purl bumps. Then I switched it over, so on the next bit of the pattern repeat you'll do knit 3 stitches on the first needle, purl 3, knit the remaining 10. On the second needle you'll knit 10, purl 3, then knit the last 3, knit the back. The pattern's not on the back of the sock, so it's just the first 2 needles you'll be working on. Then the second round of that pattern, you repeat that again, and you just do it back and forth down the front of the sock. You see, so you've got the 5 bumps in, 5 bumps back in, out, all the way down. I've done it all the way down the sock, and stopped because I'm out on the toe now, so I've only got a few more rounds to go on the toe. I think I've got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, I've got 9 stitches left, so this will be done this afternoon, and I will be cast on the cuff for sock number 2. I think I'm just going to pop this back into my scraps rather than having loads of extra ends to weave in, because then I only have the 4 ends for the 2 pair of socks to weave in. Kind of tired of weaving in ends after some of the scrappy socks I've been doing. So yeah, I'm going to just cast on with the other ball and put this into my scrap bowl, and then add the rest of this to my scrap bowl, because this will be well over 10 grams I think, as I'm almost done. So they'll be on sock number 2 next week. Like I said, they're Malton yarns, and this is their colour Mango Loco, which she didn't have in the shop when I put the link up previously. I will check again when I do the links for this episode, and if it is there I will put a link to that, otherwise I'll just put a link to their Etsy shop. Pardon me. Oh no, I wasn't meant to put that on the floor, was I? Definitely going to step on those. Oh, let me come back. There we go. Don't do that. Okay. A bit more coffee. We're at 50 minutes, so this is going to be a long one again. But Yeah. Do you want to see my other fancy project bag? Old shower bag. My dad's. And I just like using some of his things because he passed away a few years ago. He died a few years ago, so this was his toiletries bag, so I just used that. It's a perfect size for a pair of socks. Sorry, my throat's all weird today. Oh, cover your ear up. I always feel I've got weird ears, so keep them covered. These are King Cole Norse in the colour Vali. Oh yeah, see the lighting over here is much better, isn't it? You can really see that. And like I said, these worked out perfectly, except, let me show you. So these are King Cole Norse Vali. There'll be a link in the description below. When I say there'll be a link in the description below, the links probably won't be up the same day normally that I publish it, or at least all of them won't be up straight away, but they will be in the subsequent days. So I'll do my best. Yeah. So I did sock number 1. These are for my mum. That is a 2x2 twisted rib, slip stitch heel, like all the others. And the issue now I have is I've been burnt so many times by assuming that a ball of yarn is the beginning of the yarn. I will assume sometimes will be the start of the repeat, but it's not. However, so this one I think was actually pretty much almost a full repeat of this grey. So now I am like 3 rows behind in the colourways, which means, considering this blue was finished the leg, and I did I think 1 or 2 rounds of the heel flap, which doesn't use up much yarn, which means I'm gonna have to, if I'm right about it, which I really do feel I am, I'm either gonna have to wind off all of this grey, like the grey which is all the heel flap, all the gusset decreases, all of that is the grey. I'm gonna have to wind all of that off to get back to the blue, to do 3 rounds of blue, to then wind off the rest of the blue to get back to the grey to do the heel flap, which just feels like a lot of work. So what I'm thinking, because I can't bear, I've done it before when I wasn't as experienced with socks and I couldn't really read a skein of yarn quite as well, and I just couldn't work out the colourways, how the colour repeats happen. I couldn't get my head around it. I'm not actually dumb, but you know, sometimes things just confuse me. But what am I saying? Yeah. So what I'm thinking, if I'm only two or 3 rounds out, I might just start the heel flap early. I don't think you'll really notice, will you, 3 rounds? Like, 3 rounds is really nothing. Like, I don't think you'd really notice. What do you think? Do you think 3 rounds would be noticeable? I think if it's like 4 or 5 rounds, you would definitely notice it. But I just don't want to wind off all that yarn twice to have to do it. I know I did it with the other ones, but that was a lot of ends as well. What do you think? Do you think I could just start the heel flap a few rounds early? Save myself the bother? Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I know my mum wouldn't care if one of the socks was fractionally shorter than the other. That's sometimes the issue with like self-patterning yarns, isn't it? Because with a tonal or like just a variegated yarn, there's no need to even think about it. Just knit. Then we've got yeah. Finished sock 1 of the sea glass sock set. Which is very pretty. So variegated, look. It will look... Oh, got distracted by a butterfly in the garden, apologies. Yeah, you'll be able to see the stitches and the colours a lot better once they're blocked. That's, yeah, so I've done sock 1. These are for my mum. And I'm on to sock number 2. I've done the cuff on sock number 2, which is a 2x2 rib. Yeah, nothing more to say about that, just sea glass sock set, still in my shop, still included in the 25% off sale. And we've got one more. I think that's in all my projects. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Yarnsmiths sock, Merino sock, in the shade Burgundy, which is 2K085. I've done sock number 1. Oh yeah, you can really see that burgundy colour, can't you, here? It was so blown out on the other side. God, that was actually quite nice. That colour is like a jumper, don't you think? Maybe like a nice cardigan. Yeah. Or a lipstick in that shade would be lovely. Getting distracted again. So, that's the cake. I've just done the cuff onto the second sock. Nothing else to say. 2.5mm needles, 2x2 twisted rib for my sister. I've got all my mum and my sister's socks in a box upstairs in my bedroom I put them away in, and I'll give them to them for their birthdays and Christmas and things. So I didn't put the Pro Symphony needle back in the bag. Okay, so that's everything I have been working on. I have actually got this, but I haven't worked on it in forever. There's that. Oh, I think it's, sorry, I just realised I left you guys up there for ages. That's something in my basket I was looking at. I think it's, we've got an old chair in the front room. It's this beautiful old armchair that, like, they don't make armchairs like that anymore, really. It's so solid. It's been moved all the way when we moved, what, 25 years ago from London to Essex. And my parents had it years before that. And we've still got it. We went to wear it reupholstered. We're going to have it reupholstered soon and restuffed and everything. But there's just bits of where the cat has been tearing at it when she wants her breakfast. And there's just bits of it all in the bag. And I thought, what on earth is in my bag? It's just bits of black stuffing. Oh, it's not. I'm going on side quests again. No, that's not what we're here to talk about. Okay, so I said last week I would show you the inspiration pictures for my Christmas weekly advent. That's what it is. It's the Christmas weekly advent, and let me just get in. Yeah, the Christmas weekly advent, which will be a sock set to open each week in the lead up to Christmas. So there'll be 2 options. You can have the Christmas film one, or you can have the Christmas card ones. The Christmas card ones, I haven't got the inspiration ready yet. However, I have got the Christmas film ones. So you've got... you can see all of it. maybe like that. Oh, can't really see, can you? Oh, how annoying. Maybe lower down? Yeah. So, yeah, that works better, doesn't it? Not so much glare. You can see the light. That'll be changed next week. See? It's a light fitting that needs to be replaced. Yeah, so maybe do, oh no, like that. Yeah, that will work. So this, oh gosh, we're blowing out. There we go. So this will be Welcome to the Party Pal, which will be the Die Hard one, which will be having, I'll be using the light blue and the grey and the silver and maybe the like murky greeny grey of his top. So that with that inspiration. Everything's blown out. Oh gosh, I thought we got away from all the blowing out. No. I'll be putting these all up on my Instagram anyway, so you better see them better there, but this just gives you an idea. Then we've got Digging for Clams. So I'll be drawing inspiration from the yellow of her jumper and the green apples in the bowl. There we go. Oh, that's better. The green apples from the bowl, the yellow from her jumper, and the sort of, I don't know, is it like reddy brown of the brother's jumper. Oh, yeah, sorry, this wasn't actually for my advent, but this was, I mentioned a few weeks ago, didn't I, that I made some crochet toys for my nephew. So they are the toys. The little panda bear, polar bear and bunny. That's my beautiful sister when she was very heavily pregnant. Then we've got You Filthy Animal, Home Alone. Oh, did I say the other film, this one is The Family Stone. That's what the film that's from. Then we've got You Filthy Animal, Home Alone. There we go. So I'll be drawing, let's have a look at the picture so I can remember. Yes, this will be a very red heavy colourway, this one. I'll be drawing the inspiration from the various shades of red that there are in this picture, like the lighter red than the more tartan colours, and the green, kind of greeny colour of the mug behind him. And then the last colour will be Both Sides Now from Love Actually, and this colourway will draw in, there will be a very, very orangey red, like classic red. The slight, the colour brown, like she's got sort of brown tortoiseshell kind of earrings in, so it'll be the brown from that, and a few other colours, inspirations from here. So yeah, that will be the first choice for the Christmas advents, and they will come up in the shop over summer. I won't be doing too many of them, so I'll put them up to list them probably around August time, and they will be dispatched then around October, sort of early November, to get to you in time. I haven't read any more of Assistant to the Villain. I just haven't wanted to. I will, but I haven't. I've been listening though to, I finished City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. Very good. And I've started listening to City of Souls and Sinners, which is book 2. Seems good so far, but I'm really not very far into it, so I can't tell you if it's actually good. I really liked book number 1. It was a 5-star read for me. There wasn't anything, I would definitely listen to it again at some point. Might buy it for my mum for her birthday present. Depending on how the rest of the series goes, maybe. If the series peters out, I won't get her it, because there's no point if the series isn't good and the story's not finished, you don't want to read it. Oh, there was one part of the book that I didn't like. I'm going to hold the book up, and there's going to be a spoiler for the book, so if you don't want to hear a spoiler, you can just skip down to when I put the book down. But basically, in the book, her dog is killed. And when that happened, I thought, well, this book has 3 chapters to sort that situation out. Otherwise, I'm not reading anymore. Because I don't want to read about animals dying. That's just not my thing. Can't deal with it. And fortunately, he is brought back to life somehow. So, it was okay. But for a while there, it was going to be, I'm not finishing this book. That's it. I'll put my book down. So yeah, I really like that book, apart from what I just said. What else? Oh yeah, so as this is the last podcast of the month, and I like to, at the end of every month, pick the colours I'll be knitting up in the coming month. So I've still got 2 colours from last month I haven't cast on yet, but they'll be going on once I've cast off those socks. And here are the colours I've chosen, the 5 colours I've chosen for this coming month. So this is Stylecraft All Stars. This is shade 3917, which is Solitaire. It's really lovely. It's yellow and pink and purple. I don't know who this will be for. What is this? It's like a bit thinner than other yarn. No, 400 meters, so yeah. Stylecraft is always a mix. It's not soft like Merino, but it's not as rough as West Yorkshire Spinners, I don't think. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Paintbox Yarns socks. This is Fair Isle Meadow Walk, colour SF15, which is lovely peaches and green and yellow. Lovely colour. Again, I don't know who this is for. This one's slightly thicker. This is 390 meters per 100 grams. Yeah, so it's slightly thicker, but I'll still knit it the same way. Then I'm going to be casting on, oh my gosh, what was that? No idea. I'm going to be casting on Jenny of Old Stones, which is my own colour, which is a golden yellow and pink and a sort of antique mauve and then grey. Inspired by the song Jenny of Old Stones from Game of Thrones. That'll be on my needles soon, hopefully. Then the other one I'm going to be doing a sample of is the Zinnia sock sets. Oh, that is blowing out just a bit. Let's see. Which is peach and orange, variegated, then peach and purple, and then a solid green. So they'll be on my needles this coming month. And then the last one is this hand-dyed yarn I got for Christmas. Oh, I'm blown out again. It's better. This is a hand-dyed yarn I got for, I think it was Christmas I got this. I think my sister got it for me. I can't remember who it was. I really knit a pair of socks in this. This was thinner than my sock yarn. And I didn't check it before I started knitting, so I was concerned when I did the socks that they weren't actually going to fit me, because I didn't realise until I'd done the whole first sock. But they did fit me. I just had to stretch them. Now they're fine. So yeah, I've got just over 50 grams left of that. I will work out what yarn this is. I'll put it in the description below, and I will say next week. I'll say when I cast it on what it is. I'll figure out what yarn it is. But this was from a UK hand dyer. Woolly something, I'm feeling. Woolly. No, it's gone. So I'm going to do this as the main colour. I'm going to use up some scraps. So I've got Lavender Lemonade as one of the minis. I've got, oh, this is a different base. This is a Merino, cashmere and nylon sock base in this beautiful pinky colour. This is from a person on Etsy who has, they have very little yarn in their shop, but they have a few colours still there. They're called Little Big Craft. I will link their shop below. I've tried to link them on Instagram when I've knit with their yarns that I've got, but they don't appear to have an Instagram handle, so I haven't really been able to, but I will pop it on the link to their shop. And then this is the pink from one of my Christmas sock sets that I have some left of. So this, let me see if I can hold them up, will be a pair of scrappy socks. No, don't do that. What am I doing? There we go. So that's that. And I've got some new yarn coming to my shop. This is, oh, Wildflower. This is Wildflower. Can you see, is that better? Maybe. It is an all over speckled. They're all ever so slightly different because of the nature of speckling. So these are on my 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon base. I thought the cat was going to do something really bad, but she didn't. So these will be in the shop next week. I'm thinking of casting on. I shouldn't, because I have quite a few projects that I'll link, and I'm pointing because in the cubby just down. Fairy, no, don't do that. Fairy, don't do that. In the cubby down there is where I have lots of my projects that I haven't done much work on. However, regardless, I'm considering casting on just a simple garter stitch triangle shawl, because I have quite a bit of this Cascade Heritage in this shade. I bought a load of this yarn 2-3 years ago when it was on a really big sale. Oh, Odin wants to go out. I'll have to end this in a second. Maybe I can go and let him out. I probably should end this anyway. Okay, I got this on a really big sale. So I've got quite a few of them, and too many I'm aren't all the same pair of socks. Odie Bear, do you need to go out? Hold on. Back in 1 second. Come on then, big guy. Oh. Come here, you mischief maker. I grabbed the cat so she can also cause trouble. If I've got her, she can't be out there causing trouble, can she? No, no, she can't. Yeah, so I think that is everything I brought over to talk about. So thank you for watching. I will see you next week. So many ums. Oh, look how cute the cat is. She's so cute. She's a lovely cat, but she dribbles when she's happy, which doesn't make me happy, but yeah, you can see, yeah, see, dribbly mouth, because she's a happy girl. You're so cute. Sorry, I get distracted. She's got little white paws. She's a cutie. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Thank you for everyone who subscribed, liked and commented. It means a lot. It really helps the channel. Have a great week. Bye. Oh, she's fallen. No.